Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Boss Life Online, where this morning we will be talking about a few boss vibes and some boss moves. All right. Um, like I said, my name is Gio, and I'm the content creator for Boss Life Online. And I will be live just 30 minutes just to give you some tips on my subject today is what are the differences between a boss and a leader? Now, you want to stay for all of this. It's not going to take long. I'm just going to be on here 30 minutes and then we're going to move on to my friend Marlene's channel, Living Your Best Life. So, Marlene, go ahead and get your link ready. So, when I'm done, you can just drop it in the chat and then we will be all ready to go with yours. So, and that's what a leader does, help everybody else other than just herself. Okay. Now, jippers. Now, my definition of a jipper. So when I say jipper in this talk that I'm about to give, you're going to know what a jipper is. A jipper is someone who takes, someone who just care just about themselves and getting ahead using you to do that. My dad used to call them jippers because he worked for himself and people would come over and try to chip him out of his money. So he started calling them jippers and he used to tell us about it. So that's where I got that word from. So let me go to the chat and welcome everybody in. And then I'm going to get started with my talk for today. Okay. Boss vibes. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone in the chat. We have Living Your Best Life in the chat. Angela Critters, Jaden, Pastor Kim's Corner. Hey, Pastor, what's up, everybody in the chat? Okay. Hey, Angela. Hey, thank you so much for being a great supporter of mine. Along with Pastor Kim is a member here, and I want to give her a shout out. Pastor Kim is in the chat, and she is a member here at Boss Life Online. And when you're a member here at Boss Life Online, I make sure that you get a shout out here in my chat and ask people to check your channel out. Plus, your channel is on my Friends with Super channels, and you have been featured in the Outstanding Featured Channel Member Show, and you will be featured today in our Love Member Show. All right. So, hey, Beverly Black is in the chat. Hey, Beverly. What's up, Beverly? Now, I have only 30 minutes, so let me get to my subject here. My subject is, what is the difference between a boss and a leader? Now, I already done told y'all the definition of a jipper. So when you hear me say jipper, you know that those are takers, okay? And living your best life, Marlene, you can put the definition in here. Jipper means takers, okay? They don't care. They just gonna take your stuff and move on. Whatever it is, it doesn't. They don't care as long as it values them and get them to where they want to be. So, what is the difference between a boss and a leader? Bosses command, leaders influence. Hey, Rochelle, bosses command, leaders influence. According to Sue Andrews, and I took this information a while back from the internet, and I had it in my book to discuss, but I was just waiting for the right time. Business and HR consultants at KIS Finance, now this is Sue Andrews saying, a key difference is that bosses' authority come from their position, whereas a leader's authority comes from their ability to influence others. Okay, so a boss is there to ensure that employees follow the rules of an organization. But a leader will encourage others to think for themselves to achieve the desired end. Okay, a boss will need to give orders to instruct others what to do. But a leader can inspire others to find the best way forward while motivating them to maximize their potential. See, that's what I'm talking about. Bosses have to go exactly by their position and what the job description calls for. Whereas a leader feels for their team, they feel that they care for their team and they are a part of their team. Okay, so they are going to maximize the team's potential as well as themselves. Okay, although subordinates only follow bosses because they have to, bosses can grow their influence through encouraging behavior. You can grow your influence by caring for your team. That is what I do. I care for people. I care for the team over there at Team Build with Geo. I am part of the team. I don't set myself aside because I have a position. No, I am part of the team. I do exactly what they do, and that helps influence them and make them feel like they are maximizing their potential. So when I read this, I was like, I am a leader, even though I don't want to be a leader sometimes, because leaders have to make that hard call sometimes. Leaders have to fuss sometimes in a nice way. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now let's just go ahead and read the next part. Hey, Short Bus. Hey, House of Entertainment. How y'all doing this morning? Thank you so much for coming. You can grow your influence by caring for your team, listening to their thoughts and ideas, and sharing the why behind the decisions and actions that you take. This is a second step in leadership, but it makes all the difference, and people will follow you because they want to, not just because they have to. See, when you include yourself in the team as I do, and I tell people why I'm doing this and why it's going to work, and then I listen to their ideas and say, oh, yeah, I never thought about that. I just don't try to be like the boss. I am a leader, okay? And I care about my team and how we do things. And I care about what they think. And I incorporate all of that into one and pick the best move, the best vibe that's going to work for the team. And that's why Team Build with Geo is so successful. All right. Now, let's move on to the number two. Now, that was number one. Number two is bosses explain, leaders inspire. It says here You shouldn't just explain a task and leave it in your employees' hands. A boss ensures you understand your work, while a leader supports and guides you through it. The biggest difference between a leader and a boss is that a good leader inspires people and make them excited about their work. Now that is so true. Okay? If you're not excited about your work, then you're not going to do it. A leader inspires you to do the work and explains, even though we have to uh, tell you why that this is going to work and why we should try it, and do you have any ideas to go with it, and then we walk you through it. We give you the tools to get through it. No matter what, we give you the tools, and then we work with some of you one on one. That is why team building is so, and I keep talking about team build because that is the team that I have. Not only do I have that team, but I have my CTFO team that I know works, because I have thousands of people on my first level and I have thousands of people below me, and I only talk to all of my leaders whom they call me all the time and say, well, okay, I'm doing this, do you think this would work? And I say, yeah, just go out there and try it and let's see what works and get back to me. I just, I have learned a lot from my mentors, and the best thing that I have learned from my mentors about a team is you care for your team. It's not all about you. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that one of my mentors told me is, if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. Okay? But first, it starts with caring about people. It's not about, oh, let me go in here, get a bunch of people together and then see what I can get from them. See how far they can take me. No, we all go together. Those are boss moves. Those are boss vibes. And this is one of the reasons that I am successful, because I think about everybody. It's just not about Geo. Okay, I need people in my life. People need me in their life, and together we work. Okay, let me go to the chat and see what's up. Okay, Sharp Bus Pull Up. Hey, how you doing? House of X Entertainment. Let's see, you care for your team. Yes, that's right, Marlene. You care for your team. And as a leader, you do have to be a good listener. And as a leader, you don't know it all. You have a bunch of people on your team that are smart. Put them to work. Have a meeting, put them around you and say, okay, this is an idea I got. And then they start saying, oh yeah, you make their minds start working. And you sitting right in the middle of all of these people with all of these great minds and ideas coming this way, that way, in the front of you, in the back. And then you take the best ideas and you put them together. You got yourself a good program that will work. And that is how we put Team Build with Geo together. It just wasn't just me all by myself. Yes, I had the idea, but it was Marlene. It was Miss Roller. It was Web Savvy Cafe. Angela Critters was there in the beginning. All of these people, Bozo Calvin Jr., we all talked about it. I listened to everybody. And that is how you come up with a great team. It is just not about you. I learned this from my mentors. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Okay, Marlene said a boss is a good listener. Pastor Kim is in the chat. Shout out to her. She's a member here. Inspiration is very important. Rochelle is saying, yes. Hey, Rochelle, it's not about you. Facts. Yes, a boss can elevate others as well as the thing. That's right. This is so true about you. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Okay, Beverly Black, a good leader knows how to delegate. That's what I'm talking about, Beverly. You know, so what you do is you got all these good people around you. Okay, you do this, you do that, you do this. You don't have to do all of this by yourself. You know, you don't have to do all of this by yourself. And then in order to be a good leader, there is trust involved. Okay. People have to trust me. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't play. I have some good mentors, and that's what if you tell people you're going to do something, do it. Okay. If it's a good idea my team come up with, I don't sit back and say, well, I'll do it next week. You can ask anybody on my team. I'll move on it, and I expect for them to move on it too. Okay? So when you're a good leader, people have to trust and like you. I'm going to tell you right now, they don't trust and like you. They ain't finna follow you. You know, so keeping your word is a big deal in being a leader. You have to keep your word. You have to show up. It was just like this morning. Me and Marlene talked about this live that I'm doing right now. And I was like, oh man, this early in the morning. I said, I don't even know if people will show up, but look what God has done. He put people in the chat for me to talk to. And I'm like, okay. And so I was like, okay, I told Marlene I was going to do this at 7:30. So I got to be there anyway, 7:30 my time. Okay. So yes, you must be reliable. That's right. You must be reliable. I have been with Team Build with Geo for almost 3 years, and I hardly ever miss a live. Okay, I'm there all the time. My team can depend on me. If I'm not there, I always have somebody else that I can depend on there in my spot. Okay, when there's something new I want to introduce to the team, I don't just be like a boss, well, this is what you got to do and that's it, and I don't want to hear about it. No. What I do is I bring it to the team and say, guys, this is an idea I have. What you guys think about it? Can we improve on it? Blah, blah, blah. And then people say, well, did you think about this? I say, no, I didn't, but that's a good idea. Let me write that down. And then we come back and I think about it some more and incorporate everybody's idea in it, or take the best idea. And we got a really nice program. That's how we came up with the spotlight over there at Team Build, and also superpower channels over at Team Build with Geo. It was a team effort, and I took all the smart people around me. Everybody over there is smart at Team Build with Geo. And that's how I build a team. But it starts with the leader. You got to show up. You got to be a good listener. And you can't be too bossy. Sometimes I have to watch that. But sometimes you do have to be firm, but a good leader. Okay? And so I guess all I'm saying is you just stay the course. Do what you say you're going to do, and people will follow you. Okay? Don't be trying to, if they got a good idea for their channel and they call you on the phone and they discuss this with you, don't go and take their idea and do it on your channel. That's a jipper. You are jipping people when you do that. That means you are taking from them and you are not trustworthy. And don't you think people ain't going to remember how you made them feel? You know, you just cannot do that. You know, so you'll never be a good leader because the word gonna go out behind your back. And you think that people don't talk about it? Yes, they do. Okay, so you have to be trustworthy when someone calls you and asks you, oh, I think I want to do this on my channel, and it's a good idea. You just help them. Because that way you're going to get yourself some loyal followers. Just help them. That is what leaders do. And when people call me and tell me about their ideas, I'm like, oh man, that is just so, it makes me smile inside that people trust me that much because they already know I ain't the one. You know, I'm too creative myself to be doing anything like that. So when you're a leader and people trust you, please, whatever they say or tell you, keep it to yourself and keep that trust between you and that person or whatever it is. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Short Bus is still in here. Thank you so much, Short Bus. Marlene is saying you must be reliable, living your best. If you don't have trust, you have nothing, right? A boss considers what's best for everyone. True. And then Angela said, isn't that the truth, Marlene? Okay, stay the course. And yes, Angela, it is true. Rochelle is saying this is really shows who a lawyer friend. Oh, yeah, that really shows who a lawyer friend is. Yes, Rochelle. When people tell you something and you don't go spread it all over town, or you don't take their idea and make it into something just because you put a twist on it, that don't mean that's your idea. I can't, for me, being a leader, Geo, and I'm just going to say this because I can, and it's my channel. I can't sleep at night if I know Marlene came up with something. And I'm like, and we supposed to be friends, and she trusts me. And the next morning, I'm doing it before she do it. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or if you see something on somebody's channel and just because you put a twist on it, that don't mean that it's your idea. You should give credit. People don't like to give credit to nobody because they want people to think that they're smart. Okay. Hey, Dana, how you doing? Creative Crochet Triple C is in the house. Hey, Dana. She is a member here at Boss Life Online. So we're going to shout her out. Okay, she has a wonderful channel. So if you're not connected with Dana, please do so. But you must give credit to people that has great ideas, okay? And if you do that, then maybe you guys, we could do a collaboration instead of just taking it and never say nothing. Never say a word, you know, and people will remember how you made them feel. Okay. They will remember how you made them feel. Yes. Okay. Dana is saying, hey, I agree. Give credit and honor where honor is due. Yeah. Because then people, they will say, oh, yeah, okay, well, cool, Dana, okay. But just sit over there and take somebody's idea and don't say a word to them. How that's going to make you feel? I'm going to be very, very, very honest here and let you know how I would feel. I would be mad, hurt. And okay, let me say this. I would be pretty angry. But underneath that anger, that's fueling the anger, is the hurt that someone would do that and never give you credit. It's the hurt underneath the anger. Once I get to what is it really? Why are you so mad, Gio? Why are you so angry? It's because they hurt me, and once I could get to that part, the hurt part, I can let it go and just move on. And then I know that person is a jipper, a taker, and don't give a damn about me or whatever. They just dare to make friends with me and whatever. I don't like that. But once I could get beneath the anger, I have practiced this all my life. I've been in therapy for 5 years of my life. My therapists have taught me how to go beneath the anger and see what the real hurt is. Then you can deal with it. And then you can look at that person and say, okay, this is who this person is. This is who they show me their colors. It's okay. Geo, forgive them and move on. But that don't mean I have to have anything to do with them. And I won't. Okay, because I know that person is a jipper, and a jipper is a taker. Now, where did I get the word jipper from? I'll explain this because I got 5 more minutes left. From my dad. My dad owned his own business. Okay, he always told all of us, the boys, he taught to own your own business and take care of your family. And he told us girls to find a man that would take care of us so that we wouldn't have to work and we would just have kids. And I'm like, I don't want to have no darn children. I only had one child in my life. You know, I want my own business just like he was trying to teach the boys to do, which all three of my brothers do. All had their own businesses. Okay. And I finally got mine. Okay. But he also said, don't give your money to men. Okay. So that is one thing that I don't do. All right. So now I'm just saying that once I went to when the thing happened in my life that sent me to therapy, that is when I learned how to go beneath what I'm really feeling on the surface and figure out how to forgive folks, because it was hard. It was really hard. It was really hard. But anyway, guys, I didn't kind of ramble on and stuff like that. But let me just go back to the chat, because I guess I really needed to remind myself that it's that people are going to be people, and jippers are going to be jippers. Like I said, my dad used to tell us that people would come over and try to jip him out of his money. And that is where I got that from. And he used to call them jippers. And he said, watch out for people that just want to take, because and watch out who you bring in your circle. That's what my dad taught us. Okay. So now I'm going to go back up here because I only have 3 minutes and I need to close out. Okay. Pastor Kim is saying, give honor to whom honor is due. Okay. Everybody, hey, House of X is still in the house. Living Your Best Life is next up. Living Your Best Life is Marlene. She's next up. She's going to do her 30 minutes. She put her link in here. We're going to go over there and listen to live reality. What is the name of yours? I forget. Marlene, put it in the chat for me. Living Your Best Life. A boss respects one another. Yes. Good morning, Gio. Hey, LaSherry, your crush. Crochet. Hi. Okay, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Dana said, yes, when the true colors come out, time to walk away. Amen. Amen, girl. Amen. Amen. I couldn't have said it better. Living Your Best Life said something about true colors. Rochelle said correct. Dose of realness. This is what her live is about. 30 minutes. Dose of realness. Marlene, put your link back in here so people will know that's where we're going in the next 2 minutes. Are y'all doing this every Thursday? Yes, every Thursday I will be doing this. Okay. We're going to be coming up with some topics. And some of them probably going to be very controversial on my end, because I'm not afraid to talk about what hurts me. I'm not. And if you hurt me, I'm going to talk about it. I may not call your name, but I will talk about it. So be careful. Gio ain't not afraid to talk about stuff, because the reason why I'm not afraid to talk about stuff is because I don't want to go back to that person that used to let people walk all over her. That's why I went to therapy, to unlearn some undysfunctional stuff in my life. And if you think I'm going to go back there and cry for 5 years, no, ma'am. I'm finna get rid of you, block you, whatever I got to do. But you is not sending me back to where it was so hard to get through. And if you ain't never been there, don't even try. You can't say nothing if you ain't never been there. It was hard. I'm telling you, it was not an easy journey, but I'm here today and I made it. Okay. And the only reason I made it is because I accepted Jesus Christ in my life. Okay. So you think I'm going to give that up? No, ma'am, you just got to go. I don't like people in my life that makes me feel like I used to feel. No, ma'am. Okay, I don't even know why I said that, but I guess I need to say that and remind myself of all of that. Can't do it. Okay, okay, next up, living your best life. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is going to be every Thursday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern time. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to say bye-bye. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to see y'all next Thursday. And we're headed over to living your best life. All right. Thank you so much for coming. So let me get a button.